Welcome everyone to BigGunner81 Live, presented by Applied Arsenal Finishes and BAT Arms at batarms.com, Eggleston Munitions, and of course the range at 355. We were actually out there yesterday doing some shooting. So welcome everyone, and here we are. So Tenda,
what's up?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, always. So welcome everybody. We've got in the house with us, we got Joe.
What's going on, Rick?
Shooter here. Altenda, who also has a YouTube channel. Check it out. We got Blaze Romano.
What's going on?
Not too much. Welcome. And of course, Thomas. From, I'm going to mess it up. It's
Alpha You mess it up every time, Rick.
Training. I always say it.
Alpha Concepts Firearm Training.
There you go. So, anyway, we're just going to have a kind of a little bit of an open discussion, I guess, tonight. A couple things we're going to kind of touch on. I know Thomas we were talking a little about beforehand, a little about 22s and so forth. And one of the projects that I'm going to be starting into, actually, believe it or not, is a 22 build that is sort of a spin-off of the 50 states of AR-15 in the sense of we're going to call it the 50 states of 1022, I guess, or something like that. I'm not sure 100% yet. The idea is this one's going to be a single rifle build that's going to encompass some parts from across the country. That's kind of the basic idea of it. And it's going to have that kind of a theme to it, more of a patriotic type theme. But it's a single build, like I said. So, Thomas,
yes,
you were
sir.
kind of talking about that. What were your thoughts on the 22 and so forth? You were mentioning earlier something about an AR platform, 22.
I have a 1022 Ford that I built specifically for my daughter, and my son's starting to come of age, just had his 7th birthday, so I'm thinking of building him his first rifle. Of course, it'll be a 22 as well. But with using the 22, the 1022, I want to build my son and then probably my daughter something built off the AR-15 platform, because that's eventually what they're going to graduate into. So that's kind of where I'm going. You know, I was thinking go with the 1022, get an 80% lower or an 80% receiver, finish it out. But I'm probably going to go the route of the AR-15 platform. Maybe I was going to ask you, actually, I know you've done some videos with the AR-15 mold, and I was thinking that might be a good option for a 22. This doesn't have a lot of stress or recoil on the receivers. Probably a great option for something that's resin based.
Yeah, believe it or not, I haven't actually. I've done one so far as far as the AR-15 molds. I haven't actually test fired it yet. I have it all assembled, and I just haven't thrown an upper on it. So I need to do that.
I hope you're not scared to tell me that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, I just haven't. But I will tell you this: I've had a one of the original ATI Omnis, the ones that people always complain about. Oh, it cracks at the buffer extension or whatever you call it. You know, by the rear takedown pin and all that stuff. And mine hasn't done that. I ran it as a regular 5.56/223, whatever you want to call it, for a while, and didn't have any issue with that. I did finally change it over to a 22 just because of convenience. I figured if I'm going to make a 22 out of something, I might as well do it out of one of the polymer receivers. So I got a dedicated barrel, and I had a CMMG drop-in conversion kit originally. Well, there is the front piece of that conversion kit actually comes off, and like for example, TACOM, they sell barrels that are dedicated for the 22.
Absolutely.
And they have an adapter that goes on that CMMG bolt, and basically you can just drop it in, install it, and now you have a dedicated 22 upper. And
what's the rate of twist on the barrel?
That's a great question. I don't remember.
Most people are going 1 in 9, but a 1022 barrel, I believe, is about 1 in 16, which is going to give you a better spin on a 22 long rifle. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. It's because they're going to be dedicated, and part of the reason I want to go polymer is because lightweight for children.
Right.
You know, so yeah, they're going to be dedicated 22 long rifles. So I'm just in the beginning phase of starting these builds and researching all the materials.
I think Carbon Arms makes one too.
What's that?
Carbon Arms makes what, a barrel or a complete upper?
I think complete uppers and barrels.
Yeah, I would just buy the parts and build it myself, but if they make a complete upper and it's cost effective, then why not?
Yeah, I just so happen to have the all the parts except for the barrel and I don't not a barrel extension, but the bolts. I don't know what the correct term is for it. Just the front piece of the 22 bolts. It's like an adapter that kind of slips over the inside of the barrel. It's a little different design. I don't know what the technical term is for it. It has the ramp on it, though, I believe, for the feed lift or the feed ramp. I don't know, but yeah, I had everything else, so I just basically swapped out the barrel, so to speak, in that bolt.
It's 650 from Carbon Arms. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I've never looked at building one of those.
For 650, right. I mean, you can get just
MP22, right?
Yeah, you can absolutely. I mean, I think the M&P 1522 is probably about $400, maybe even less. You can get a 5.56 upper receiver for less than that, but I don't know what I don't know what the specs are. Who knows? Maybe it's a carbon fiber barrel. It could be something really high end for 650.
That is true. Yeah, and speaking of which, when it comes to the 1022, I've just started to kind of scratch the surface a little bit of learning about what all the options are as far as components. And there's
endless, Rick.
What's that?
It's endless.
It's what it seems like. There's a lot.
There's a ton.
Yeah. What's that?
There's a ton. I mean, I would be shocked if you couldn't find something from every state.
Right. The only problem is how many components am I going to get total? I don't know the whole breakdown.
There's not that many to begin with.
So there probably won't be 50 pieces, but yeah, to find some stuff from different areas of the country would be really cool. And that's kind of the idea of that. Well, that's kind of a smaller version of the greater picture of the project. Just kind of like a tribute, I guess, in a sense, like I don't know how to word it, but yeah. Speaking of which, though, just not to get too much off the 22 topic, yeah, the 50 States of AR-15 is going along pretty well, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, and I'm enjoying it, and I hope everybody's enjoying watching it. Last week, I made the attempt for the first time to try to build a rifle on the show. Of course, I was only building the lower because I don't have the barrel in the bolt carrier group yet for Arizona. That was kind of a fun challenge. Of course, with all the discussion and the assembly at the same time, that show actually ran a little bit longer. I say a little bit, about an hour longer. But it is what it is. So, but it was fun. So, anyway, the 22. So, yes, the Ruger 1022 seems to be like and correct me if I'm wrong or whatever you guys think as far as this, offer up your ideas. The 1022 seems to be like the kind of like the American, go-to 22 for a starter 22.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of options out there, obviously. I'm not familiar with all of them, but I've seen some of the Marlins and whatever else that's out there. And, it just seems to be the thing. Of course, the AR platform is kind of a good deal because you can kind of like, as Thomas was saying, for someone who's younger or maybe even someone who might be a little bit more inexperienced, you can start out with a smaller caliber, and the form and function of the rifle is pretty much identical in a sense to the full scale caliber, and you can just swap over to that. So I think it is a good starting point, like that Smith & Wesson MP 1522. If I'm saying it correctly. Might be a good option, but I have heard now. I haven't owned one yet myself. I've thought about buying one at one point, but honestly, it's not high on my list. The Ruger 1022 is just something that's kind of interesting. Ever since I saw that Atlas Defense ZK22 stock, and the PS90, and looking at those two together, I'm like, I kind of want to get one of these and do that stock conversion to it at some point. But
I've never had good success with those unless they have 10-round mags on them. You start to get those 25-round mags, and they don't run.
Really? And is that just the stock 1022 in general, or no?
Well, I have a stock receiver that's got some Volsgorsen parts, or however you say that, and Green Mountain barrel, and a Boyd stock. I mean, it totally upgraded the whole thing, but you start putting high cap mags in there, and they don't run that well, as reliably.
Okay, good to know.
Whereas the M&P 1522, you put anything in that, and it runs and runs.
That's because the Ruger 1022 uses the rotary magazine, and when you're trying to retrofit a rotary magazine to be extended, yeah, you can start to get some feed issues for sure. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. I kind of saw that smaller mag becomes what 10-round mag typically. The rotary style. I've not had one in my hands to really look at it, but it's kind of interesting. Now I wonder how. I have seen actually there's a company that's making like 100. Well, there's a company that makes a 50-round and a company that makes a 110-round drum for the 1022. And I wonder how those things run. If they have lots of issues the same or not. Now having said that, for the AR platform with the 22 upper, I have one of the, I think it's Black Dog or something like that. Remember correctly? It's like basically a clear plastic drum that's a 50-round drum. And that thing runs great. I've had very few issues with it. Maybe I've had a couple here and there. Maybe it was related to the ammo because sometimes 22s are finicky in general. But
very finicky.
Most of the time, it runs out pretty well. I mean, I can rip through 50 rounds really fast just for fun if I want to without having really any issue with it. So kind of a cool thing, I guess. And, of course, it's a cheap some people say the 22 caliber is kind of a gateway drug.
Yeah. Find the ammo, that's a problem.
Yes. So, Tendo, what's going on with you, man?
Same old shit, different, nothing much. Busy as usual.
Building rifles?
Yeah, doing a little bit of everything as usual.
Ah, gotcha.
Not only that, but in the meantime, I'm trying to take care of the channel. I bought a new video editing, but I'm old, so it takes me a while to figure out what works. So.
What kind of software is it you bought?
Corel something. I think it's Corel. Let me check. It's Corel. What's the name? Corel Video Studio X9.
Interesting.
Yeah, they suggest it's supposed to be pretty easy to use. I think it was $59 on sale for Black Friday. So, try. I mean, might as well give it a try. I mean, again, not pretending to do any Federico Fellini movies or but just improve a little bit. Since lately I had the chance to interact with a couple of companies, and the thing might actually evolve. Yesterday I was at the range, the one I go over here, the Second Amendment, the one in McCary, and we were talking about, and they saw the video that I did about after visiting the range, and they're like, oh, you know what, we should probably work together. And so, you know what I mean? It's always no good excuse for little improvement won't hurt the channel, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely. It's always fun to have a range that you can work with, so you can film, because some ranges are not friendly to allowing us to film.
No. Nope. They don't get the reason. They don't get, because I try to explain that. Listen, I'm not having my cameraman or whatever, somebody in front of my rifle when I'm shooting it. The camera is going to be in a tripod, on my right side. Worst case scenario, there's one in front of me, but I'm actually on the table. So, but then again, in my case, that I like ARs by more than an AK guy. So the big issue is the steel case ammo, which there's no freaky range they let you shoot it. Or if there is a range that let you shoot the steel case ammo, sure enough, they can let you film. So it's so it's always something, and I gotta find. You
just have to hit the lottery and go buy you some private land and build your own range.
Yeah, right. That's like the dream.
The dream.
Oh, bye.
Of course. So we got a couple people out there watching too, and hi everybody. Thank you for tuning in, I guess, to today's show. Trim Jazz was mentioning that American Spirit has a nice 22 upper, but it's not cheap. He also was wondering what happened to Scroll Daddy. I'm guessing he means Tack Daddy. I don't know. I offered if you wanted to be on the show, but apparently you wanted to do something else. I don't know. So, Blaze, you had mentioned earlier too about Black Friday deals. If anybody has any ideas on that one.
I'm looking around. I mean, unfortunately, I burned up my budget for the elections.
You and me both.
Before the elections. I bought a little bit of ammo. I went crazy. I'm panicking because I was already. I mean, I did the AK class with the Crab Custom, and I went through 700, 800 round of AK, so I had to buy more AK round. And then I, of course, The more you go over there, the more, and visiting the store, the more you convince you need one of their AKs, so end up ordering one. So now I gotta buy more 545 ammo. So
I saw the picture of the label. Yeah.
yeah, I mean
I myself just picked up a brick of 1,000 rounds of 223.
See, you never know wrong. Plus, my Walmart gets cleaned up every time. It's the only place where I buy ammo. It's Walmart. I don't go Best Shop. I don't go Cabela because of the Cook County taxes.
Yeah, I just buy it online and have it shipped. It's usually cheaper than even going to Walmart some of the time.
This is true.
Yeah.
But the problem with Illinois is always a pain in the rear.
Well, I'm in Illinois too. Trust me, I understand. I live literally across the street from the city of Chicago.
Oh shit!
Oh shit is right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The worst part to me, I'm resident. I'm legal, of course, but I'm not a citizen yet. I'm in the process. So for some reason, some stores, I think it's Cope distribution, require you're 18 and older, no felonies, blah 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 blah, and then they say you have to be an American citizen for sending you the product, which is, I don't get it, because otherwise I won't even get a green card. Sorry, I won't even get a concealed carry permit. I won't be able to get a freaking FOID card then. I don't see what's their point, unless they want to avoid any trouble. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's Cope distribution, which I used to buy stuff before from there. I'm not going to, since they put in deals.
So Blaze, have you seen any good Black Friday deals?
I haven't really seen anything yet. Seen some good deals like in the last week on Brownells.
Yeah.
But,
I think they had some Men 2 mags on there, actually. I was looking at.
what is it?
A Men 2 mags. They had some on there. I think they were $79.99 for a 10-pack on Brownells, I believe.
I don't shoot anything but Lancer mags. They're the best mag in the world, and I've never had a problem.
Hey, I get you. I've heard that.
I just bought 12 Lancer mags.
I've never used them yet.
They're great. I did a lot of research before buying.
Well, my friends at MGS like them too. They have the metal feed lips, but they're polymer mag.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
They're well made. They're really well made. And then there is the company, the one is making those clear magazines for the Glock. The new company, and don't recall the name. They're making AR magazine too. That seems to be well made too. I mean,
is that
who makes those? Magpul makes those.
No, it's another company.
Is it the clear one, the ETS or something?
Oh,
Yeah, the clear one. Yeah, they're supposed to be the Glock one. I hear good feedbacks. I mean, there's not a lot of choices for a Glock magazine. The Mag and the Glock one, and I don't think there's a lot of aftermarket company except for Korean garbage. But then, for what I'm saying, I mean, visually, I saw them. I look up at the magazine. Their magazine that looks pretty decent. I mean, I run polymeric magazine. As far as steel, I like the ASC, Alpha Sierra Charlie. They are still magazines with a nice follower and everything. They're cheap too. I mean,
not to get on a tangent on the mags, but D&H mags, I think they're made up in Wisconsin. Those are pretty good metal mags. Especially they have the Magpul followers in them. And Palmetto State Armor usually has them on sale. When they have on sale for $6.99,
wow,
that's an awesome deal. 10-pack, $70. Sure.
I mean, for his purpose, as far as AK goes, I use Typeco because they're cheap. If I drop one, if I lose one, I don't give a shit. They work fine. I have a serious issue with the Magpul. As a matter of fact, the class I took the Magpul magazine and I use it as a boomerang.
Nice, a boomerang.
I don't know, offense to Magpul. They make some good stuff, but nice try with the AKs. The third attempt to make a magazine for the AK doesn't work. That must be an issue, you know what I mean? I mean, best magazines are Bakelite, but they're freaking expensive,
Right.
But again, for range purpose, to me, I mean, Typeco is fine. I'm not a tactical, like I don't do any crawling or stuff like that. For shooting and reloading, it's fine. $7.99 if you lose a magazine. I keep the good stuff as this, or the steel magazine, the old Chinese steel magazine. I keep that in my inventory, But it's magazine. It's a matter of preference. That is a company makes it, and I'm pretty sure after the election, there's going to be a lot of overstock. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm kind of anticipating that as well. There'll be an overstock. Now, speaking of deals and so forth, and we were mentioning about overstock and also Black Friday, there is a website that I look at quite often, which is called slickguns.com.
Yep.
And I have no relation to them or anything. I just look at it a lot because they've got some good deals, and it's basically, for those that don't know, I'll try to screen share this right now so you can kind of see what it is.
Great to find good deals on ammo. I use it whenever I'm going to buy ammo.
Exactly. They have awesome deals on ammo on here, and let's see if you guys can see this. Here we go.
Yeah, we can see it.
So, yeah, you basically can go on here and search. They used to have a breakout for AKs and ARs and stuff, but now they have it kind of set up a little differently. Like they'll have handguns, rifles, shotguns. They'll have like parts where you can find like components for your rifle or whatever. There's a lot of AR stuff on there, of course. There's a section for ammo and reloading, and this first part of this is kind of like a catch-all for like some of the current real popular deals. But they also will have a Black Friday section. One of the things that kind of caught my eye, I was actually kind of looking at these Pro Mags, believe it or not. I've heard yays and nays about them, but I was tempted about buying a few for the CZ75 clone that I have, and tested them out since they're about $15 a piece. And they had a coupon they sent out in the mail from Cabela's that was like a $10 off 50 or 10 off 75. So you figure it's like a 20% or 15% if you spend exactly at 50 or exactly at 75 or whatever it is. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, they have a lot of good deals on here. Just kind of scrolling through it kind of quick because the first page is kind of like catch-all. Sorry, go ahead.
They got some CZ too. Speaking of CZ, I was looking right now. They got CZ Interarms guns used from 175 but they got CZ 75. They got in 9. They got. I mean, even if it's in more than even $200, I'll take one.
Speaking of the 1022 earlier, by the way,
I
saw those deals too. Those are used ones, though, correct?
Yeah, well, depend what I mean by used. If it's holster wear guns, like
Right.
for example, I know there's a guy buying some Beretta M9 or M92 or from Italy police department. What they have is pretty much holster wearing because they go shooting once a month.
Okay.
So if you see anything police related, Italian police, you're getting a good deal.
So
because they don't shoot their guns too much.
Shooting once a month is more than some people I know. I wish more people
That is
would
so
do once
true.
a month.
Yeah, well, if you're lucky.
So they even have a couple deals on the 1022. Here's a pretty nice one for $200 plus shipping, which looks like their shipping's probably
220.
From
Wow,
CDNN.
that is really good.
Yeah, Ruger 1022 is not bad. I saw a nice deal too through Cabela's recently, believe it or not. It's I don't know if they still have it, but they were giving an optic with it, with of course had the rings and the optic, like the rail on it, for about, I think it was $260. And if you have one of those coupons that they've
Go back to that Armalite. I think my bank account just got a little lighter.
Which Armalite are you talking about?
There was a 338 for like $3,000.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling kind of fast.
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
I saw it
I saw it too. I got excited.
So
somewhere.
let me ask you this: if I buy something from Cabela, okay,
Yes.
online, problem is they're gonna charge me the famous Cook County taxes, right?
The Cook County bullshit tax?
Yeah, I think because if you go through Hoffman Estates, now this is
Yep.
a regional thing for those that live in the area of the Chicagoland, or whatever you want to call it, here in Illinois. We have one Cabela's, right? We have just the one in Hoffman
Yeah.
Estates.
Yeah.
But if you're buying a long gun, you can buy it through Indiana, for example, which for me, where I'm located, I'm kind of equidistant between
Oh, okay.
States location and the one in Hammond, Indiana. So you go across the border, the taxes are less, and they don't charge you that $25 bullshit fee, pardon my language, from Cook County.
I refuse to pay for. That's why I don't go Cabela anymore.
At least my understanding. Maybe I'm misunderstanding because I have heard, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, if you're a resident, they ding you anyway, or is it just based on if the retailer is in Cook County?
Based on the retailer's location. For anyone that's not in Illinois that doesn't understand what we're talking about, Cook County has a violence tax. They charge you $25 per firearm purchase. And then they also have an ammunition tax. They charge you 5 cents per round on any centerfire ammunition and 1 cent per round on any rimfire ammunition. And, you know, they say this is a way for them to fund the treatment of the people who are innocent bystanders of gang violence, and it's just all BS. Obviously, as all gun control is, but regardless, that's what we have to deal with here in Illinois.
Yep.
So we've got the two things. One of the guys on Gun Channels, Dead Horse, just asked what 1022 barrel I'll be using for this project. I don't know yet. That's a great question. To start out with, my basic idea is to take a stock 1022 and kind of start converting it over with different parts, like swapping out parts from different companies. Because I've never owned a 1022, so it's kind of like, here's my stock model to work with, you know, kind of thing. And yeah, I haven't gotten that far into looking into which barrel to use yet, basically.
The Green Mountain barrels are great. You really can't go wrong with those for the money too.
Awesome. Yeah, like
I've got $1,000 probably easy into my 1022, and it doesn't run.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that sucks. Sorry, but so yeah, here too, you see the D&H AR mags, 3-round aluminum mags with the Magpul follower on Palmetto State Armory, $6.99. They've got the deal listed right now.
That's a great price, because when I used to be a dealer, I got a case of DPMS, same thing, 5.56 30-round Magpul followers, and I paid $9 each.
Wow.
I still have about 50 of them now. I know why.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the problem. You know, you got to look around, and the stuff that normally screws you, it's the shipping. I think one of the guys called Bob Quest, it's his YouTube channel, and they were talking, they placed an order at Palmetto State Armory, which, you know, and customer service, well, debatable. Anyway,
Right.
they order like 5 or 6 of those Magpul, they call D60, the drum mags, and then they order a bunch of Magpul mags. They order a bunch of ammo, some other stuff, like a big order. I think it's like a package. You know what I mean? You can order from them an AR-15 or an AK package. They give you a bunch of ammo, magazine, a bunch of other stuff. You got a place to sell that. I think it's $200-300. By the end of that, if you do the math, you're saving a lot of money. So one of the solutions would be find another friends. They need to order ammo, something like that, and you can split the shipping. Because some company, as Coop and some other one, they got a flat rate. So you got $10 no matter what you buy. So if you buy like $500 of ammo and you're 3 people paying for it, you're pretty much spending $3 of shipping, which is nothing, you know, compared to, I think I paid from SG Ammo, I paid $15 of shipping, which is not horrible. I mean, it's UPS.
Exactly. And
It's
on ammo, this is a good site for it. You know, got some good deals, and they break it down too for you. So the popular calibers are right here listed at the top. You can also just scroll through random deals as they get posted, because sometimes these things sell out too. You know, so you know, you find a good deal on it now, it might be gone in a couple hours because they only had a limited supply, and everybody saw it and said, "Hey, I'm gonna jump on it," and it happens. I've been there and done that already before with things. Or if you hesitate to buy it, of course, that also kind of feeds into the panic buying thing too.
yeah. I was Sportsman Guild. I never bought from
Sportsman's Guide.
Guide. Sorry.
So they're like a club. So you have to you don't have to join them. They have a different price if you're a member or not a member. I joined them a few times, got some good deals where it was like worthwhile, almost like the Amazon concept where you pay for Amazon Prime and you get a little bit better deal in some way, and they send you coupons and stuff, and it's like a really good hook to keep you coming back to them.
Gotcha.
But you got to be careful. Here's a tip about Sportsman's Guide. In some cases, like say you're looking at buying some 223 ammo, if you buy the 1,000-round quantity, or you buy the 500-round quantity, or the 250-round quantity, sometimes you think, what's that?
It's the same price per round.
Sometimes and sometimes not. Sometimes it's actually the smaller quantities end up being cheaper, believe it or not.
Really?
If you really pay attention, they'll even have sometimes oddball numbers too, like 840 rounds or something like that, and the prices do actually throw you off if you're not looking at it and doing the math. Which I
When
always
I'm buying ammo, I always do the math. No matter where I'm buying it from, I pull up my calculator right here, and I always figure out what's my cost per round, including shipping everything out the door. What's my cost per round?
And you got to consider that too when you're buying locally. Even if like, what does your time and gas cost you to go get it versus having it shipped to your house? In my case, Cabela's, Bass Pro, any of those are about an hour away from my house, 45 minutes to an hour, right? So yeah, you're spending fuel and you're spending your time to go get it. So if you figure that extra fuel cost and you're buying on maybe 500 rounds or 1,000 rounds, how many pennies a round are you losing by doing that? You know, so it might
Time
be.
and gas is a great point because you know what? I saw a Black Friday deal. We were talking about Black Friday. We're talking about ammunition. People have been posting flyers and whatnot on Facebook. Oh, look at this deal. Look at that deal. And they're selling some Remington UMC, which is, you know, decent commodity grade range ammo. And it's $9 for a box of 9mm 50-round box. Well, that's 20 cents a round. That's what you're going to pay online for not even getting a deal. And you know, it's like 2 box maximum. You're going to wait in line for hours on Black Friday to buy 2 boxes of ammunition. That doesn't make any sense to me. You can just order it online, have it shipped to your door for the exact same price.
Yeah, same story for the handguns. I think the only gun I bought over there was a Taurus, which I sold 2 years or 3 years ago. I mean, I don't know how their prices, but I'm becoming, I don't know if it's normal, if you guys notice it, I become a little bit like Rain Man, you know, the movie. So every time I buy stuff,
Definitely.
my brain is like, no, wait a second. Now that online is $3.99. Now that the K is $6.99. Like, no. So the people thinking I might be thinking, you know, talking by myself, you know what I mean? Like, because when I was buying, I went to the gun shop and I bought a brick of 7.62 by 13. I was like, oh, there. So if I buy these, I'm like, okay, but yeah, but taxes including. But then, you know, so I was like, I end up spending 3 cents more around, which is not a big deal. In a time of gun panicking, 3 cents more for a bullet is not a big. Better than don't find them.
I forgot to mention this too, that Slick Guns does have a Black Friday section. So they have like all these different companies that are listed for the Black Friday deals. Even some of the common ones like Costco or Walmart.
Yeah, what's up with Costco? They sell guns?
No, probably not guns, but they might sell like a safe or something.
Oh, yeah. I saw there's a sell on the safe. I think it's $100 less or something like that.
Yeah, like they have, of course, they have all the TV stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Don't buy from Costco. Wait, let me rephrase that. Let me not say don't buy from Costco. Let me say I no longer purchase from Costco. I was a loyal member for probably a decade until I read their policy. They actually don't allow firearms in their stores. Now, they don't post the signs on the doors, but if you read your membership agreement, firearms are not allowed in their stores, and I no longer purchase from Costco for that reason.
Good to know. It's ironic because they sell, like, here's a handgun safe that they're selling for $3 off or whatever.
So you can leave it on. That's why.
What's that?
That's so you can. That's why they sell you a safe and sell. You know, it's like, oh no, I go to Walmart. Normally you can carry, but I leave my gun, you know, in a safe anyway because I respect. I know there is in Lake Zurich, for example, when I work, there's a bunch of dickheads. So I don't want to get in trouble with anything, you know what I mean? But technically, you can. I believe there's a couple of. There was something online that mentioned actually which store you can go in without. Home Depot, I never saw a sign actually. And by the way, Home Depot sells the wrong signs. They have a revolver. They don't have an M9 Beretta on the sign. So technically,
Don't tell them.
No, I never told them. But what I'm saying, they sell the wrong one. Not even post the wrong one. They sell the wrong one.
Well, you got to understand also that they sell those signs nationwide, and in Illinois, it's a specific sign, specific size, specific design, and that only applies to Illinois, not the other states. So, but you know, my opinion is, I don't care what the sign is, whether it's legally enforceable or not. I'm going to spend my money elsewhere, and if Home Depot has a sign, I'm going to Lowe's, and if you know, I go to Joe's Flower Shop, he has a sign, I'm going to go to a different flower shop. I don't care if the sign's legally enforceable or not. I'm not going to spend my money there. I'm shopping elsewhere. I'm going to give my money to someone who respects my right to self-defense.
Yeah, that's a good point about the signs. I was in Ohio last weekend, and all of their gun signs, not all of them, but some of them are just different. Like you could tell it's a different model, they're different size. It was interesting. I didn't know that. I always kind of thought that, just like Illinois, that they were all universal.
Well,
I
it
don't know.
probably depends on the laws. You know, Illinois concealed carry law specifically states a sign must be 4 inches by 6 inches. It must be a design prescribed by the Illinois State Police. The Illinois State Police then came up with the design, which was literally a design they stripped off of Google Images and then added some text in the bottom right-hand corner that says, you know, ILCS 430 dot blah blah blah.
It's a Beretta 92.
And it's a Beretta 92, and the big joke is, well, Berettas are illegal, but I can carry a Glock, and obviously that's not true. But you know, Illinois says the sign must be a specific size, shape, and design. I don't know Ohio law, but Ohio law might be different, where it says any no gun sign. Then you've got Missouri law that says, yeah, you can post a sign, but it doesn't carry the weight of law. So every state's going to have a different law regarding the no gun sign in the gun-free zones.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, sorry, go ahead, Blaze.
No, I was going to say I didn't know much about slick guns, and I just checked it out. But I went to Dick's tonight to pick my daughter up a pair of kids' earmuffs to try to get her to start shooting, and we picked up some shoes. But they said that there should be an ammo deal for buy one, get one 50% off. So that's going to be pretty intense. I'm going to stock up on some shot shell for sure for this season.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He said, for example, I don't go at Dick's anymore because the thing they pull in the gun, they pull up the guns from the shelf, and not all the guns.
Sandy Hook, right? After Sandy Hook, they stopped selling semi-automatic rifles.
I'm like, I know, I understand. You know, it's a nice store. They got a good selection. It's the only store. If you ever go to a SHOT Show, okay, they invite you shooting somewhere, okay. Like it happened to me last year. They invited me to shoot some full auto guns, but I have to provide my own ammo, okay. So I was in the middle of Las Vegas. You're like, okay, what the fuck? I'm gonna buy the ammo over here. I don't have a car or anything. So funny enough, on the strip, there is a little mall. If you go towards the circus on the left side, there is a little mall with a Dick's inside. Or they sell ammo inside there. So if they ever ask you to go shoot somewhere, now you know where you can find the ammo. The last year I shoot a full auto, I lost a full auto shooting because I don't know where to get the ammo. But you know, it's I limited to I tend to go pretty much for ammo wise online. Yes, I go Cabela. I refuse to because of the tax. The only place I go it's Walmart. Now the one local here, Lake Zurich, Mandalay doesn't have ammo. The one Lake Zurich gets cleaned up very well, and the associates are really rude. The sporting good people, they avoid you. They get pissed every time you ask them to give in the ammo, and so that's an avoid. The one in Gurnee, which is close to Bass Pro Shop, and the local Bass Pro Shop, that store is always packed. And there is a guy, I swear to God, he must be sleeping in front of the ammo counter or something. Because every time I go over there, I say, sir, do you need any help? Like, and there's a line of people behind him. And seriously, they got those 40-round, the bricks of 40-round the AK ammo, the Tula. They got those Perfecta ammo, which is decent ammo for plinking. They got 9, they got the 308, the 5.56. I mean, they always stock with ammo. And seriously, it's like 10 minutes away from Bass Pro Shop. If you compare the price between the two places, on that 40-round brick of ammo, 7.62 by 39, there is at least 50 cents.
There's a Rain Man again.
$2 something. $2.50 a difference for 5 minutes drive. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, you know.
Wow.
But you know, it's
By the way,
go ahead. Sorry.
no, that's okay. I was gonna say, by the way, we had one of our guys out here, Dead Horse, and on gunchannels.com. For those that don't know, this also streams over through YouTube, but on gunchannels.com/BigGunner81, there's also a live chat that goes on there that we kind of monitor at the same time. Just like here on YouTube, there's also a live text-based chat. We read the comments and kind of try to keep up with them. So if you guys have questions and comments, we try to read them. Well, Dead Horse mentioned, he said that he had built several 1022s before. He got into building the ARs and bought several $400 plus barrels. And the most accurate barrel that he's had is a Green Mountain 17-inch muzzle weight barrel that was about $180. It shoots under 0.25 inches, or under a quarter inch at 50 yards, consistently with Lapua ammo.
Rick, what's his name?
Dead Horse is like his screen name on gunchannels.com.
Dead Horse, what's the rate of twist and the length?
Yes, if you're watching Dead Horse, in a couple seconds after we say this, you might be able to respond. I'm curious because I never looked at my AR barrel, and I'm not really sure what it is. Would be kind of cool to know.
Mhm.
I have to go check and see if it's marked. I don't know, honestly. Never looked that close because I wasn't really building it for precision. I was building it just for something to plink with and have fun with.
You're absolutely right. I mean, if the kids hit an 8-inch target at 20 feet, they're going to be ecstatically happy. It's just the OCD in me. It's like rate of twist, length of barrel, what's the velocity? I got to know.
Mhm.
Oh,
Well,
here's a comment too. Tommy Pizzo, if I'm saying it correctly, says you guys need to move to Indiana for us in Illinois here. And yeah, actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, I'm against that. I should. My point is, sorry about it. My point is, you gotta stay in your ground. Because if you keep moving other places or don't fight back, we're gonna keep screwing. Now they're trying to pass the thing about serialize the ammunition or something like that.
They had a
I
hearing
saw
today
that.
about that. In fact, I was going to bring it up. There was a hearing today in the Illinois General Assembly, and they're trying to pass the ammunition serialization. There was 1,000 witness slips against opponents to this serialization, and there was only, I think, 5 proponents to ammunition serialization. So it went to the committee. All of that's meaningless. It's probably going to hit the floor for a vote. Most likely it's going to fail, but we've got to stay on our toes and write your elected officials if you're in Illinois and tell them to oppose ammunition serialization. And it is House Bill 6615 for anyone who cares. Illinois House Bill 6615.
Yeah, plus I don't get the point. What's the point? There's one technique called ballistic. You can find out which gun shoot which bullet and find out that. Really? I mean, what's the next thing you're gonna do? Like put some, I don't know, register the magazine.
So when I'm shooting, let me ask this. So when I'm shooting a, softer lead projectile, it just smushes all out. How are they gonna see a serial number on it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, guys. It's not just a serial number on the projectile. This bill is going to make reloading in Illinois. It will make reloading in Illinois illegal. It will make ranges reselling their brass for either reloading or scrap. It will make that illegal. They will have to actually send their spare brass to the Illinois Secretary of State, who then they will determine how to recycle the brass. So it's not just ammunition serialization. I mean, there's a lot of bad things in this bill. For reloaders, to buy or sell reloaded ammunition in Illinois, if this bill passes, would become a felony.
Wow.
So this is ridiculous.
Hey, by the way, Tommy Pizzo mentioned he moved from Chicago to Indiana. And he says, and then Chicago allowed people to buy handguns and then passed the concealed carry law.
You gotta fight back.
Yeah.
I moved.
So I think he's trying to say that because he moved, like those people who do different rituals during baseball games and stuff. He moved out of the state and all of a sudden, hey, look, I got all the freedom came and stuff, so whatever.
I moved county for many reasons. I changed county, moved from Cook to Lake, but one of the reasons was gun laws, mostly. Another reason was work, but also taxes and whatever. Because in Cook County, it's ridiculous. Cigarettes, I don't smoke, but what I'm saying in general, everything is more expensive.
Everything. Yeah, I can't wait to move
Cook
out.
County soda tax. It's I forget how much 1 cent per ounce. No, it's more than 1 cent per ounce, but I don't remember. It's like going to be 70 cents on a 2-liter bottle of soda. And it doesn't matter if it's sugar-free, diet, doesn't matter. It's going to be like 70 cents on a 2-liter. They just passed it like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Taxes are insane in Cook County.
They're going to tax you on water too one of these days.
Don't give them any ideas. What's your problem?
Yes, don't say that stuff.
Because I think in Europe they do that, unfortunately.
Oh, man, really?
And no, the company that produce the bottled water, since they use natural water, because we don't have in Europe we got spring water. We don't have like over here the purified water.
So I'm gonna give a shout out to Jose Jimenez who's out there watching too. Hey, Jose. One question too. I was gonna ask you, Blaze. What are the laws like in your neck of the woods? You're in New Jersey, correct?
Oh, boy.
It's not. Well, I live only 10 miles from PA, so it's really not that bad. But it is definitely 15-round mag capacity, and that's pretty much really the extent of the laws here.
So with the mag capacity laws, what do you do when you go to competitions and so forth?
Oh, I have friends bring them.
Friends.
Because we're not allowed to have them here in New Jersey, so I have friends bring them for me.
Blaze, let me ask you a question. 'Cause my brother lives actually in New Jersey, and I'll be going there again next summer. There's no way I'm in a concealed carry there. In fact, when I go, I never bring any firearms with me. I heard hollow point ammunition is illegal in New Jersey.
Well, I guess that's a double-edged sword, right? So hollow point ammunition is not illegal in New Jersey. It's illegal to commit a felony with that hollow point ammunition, right? And at that point, you're screwed anyways.
Sure.
But if you get caught carrying concealed accidentally, like there have been a few cases, and you have hollow points in your gun, you've actually committed a felony now carrying in the state of New Jersey with the gun. So you're screwed up pretty much anyway. But if you have the money to shoot at the range hollow points all day, they won't stop you. Knock yourself out.
A buck a round is outside of my limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no joke. That stuff's so expensive.
I mean, unless you're like reloading with extreme hollow points or something like that, that's a little bit more.
Well, no, I mean, I carry hollow point. I obviously shoot full metal jacket. I shot hollow point through to make sure it feeds reliably, but after that, it's just too expensive to continue. So, you know, you clink and you practice with the full metal jacket, and Altanda's dog is licking his face. And then you know, carry the hollow point. And so, but that's what I heard. And obviously, you know, you hear one thing, and obviously the truth is a little bit different than what you hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, before I forget, I wanted to ask you before, because, you know, all the regional setup, the regional signups just started here this week. Are you shooting the Florida Regional?
No, I'm probably not going to get to shoot any this year. Just because, honestly, I haven't even renewed my 3 Gun Nation membership yet either. This year is going to be a little bit tight with the new job and everything I have going on and with my projects. I don't know that I'm going to get to go traveling as much as I did last year to do matches. But it's something I would love to do, no doubt. It's just time, money, and everything else, you know. So I assume you're going to be going to them, correct?
I am, yep.
Awesome.
I must ask you, Rick, if by any chance, we are going to shooting and maybe filming with Crab Custom, are you interested?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll keep you updated. I give you the phone number of the guy in charge too. Well, I gotta talk with him. I might see him next Tuesday because actually I got a meeting with him and the guys of the.
How is that a question? Of course, I'm interested in a local company that's doing a local shoot.
You're a fancy AR guy. I don't know if you like AKs. I don't know.
I do like AKs. I want to get one. It's on my list.
I cannot believe how much AKs are coming to the market now, and some of the prices some companies are getting for them.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem is if you buy the good ones, okay? Because that's a question that somebody asked me, okay? And okay, you got the high-end AK, okay, which are of course Crab Custom and Rifle Dynamics, and there is like another company that are coming up, new company. They're building them actually from kits. Really good company. That Goes Society, I think, is a company. There's another one. They're little shops, okay? They make like not a lot of guns, but they're actually really well made. You're looking like a mass production, not really mass production, a bigger production guns. What I recommend everybody, and I hate to say that because I got a friend that works with them, Century Arms, I don't have a good experience. I recommend DDI, Destructive. I don't know what's the name of the company actually, but I know the abbreviation is
Destructive Devices Incorporated or something.
Something like that. Yeah, the new AK that are coming out. They're really well made. They know what they're doing, and they're respected by the high-end company, which is a good deal. It's a big deal, you know.
At what price point, though? At what price point?
Depend on the model. I think the 74 with the ball carrier still made overseas was $900.
Okay.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's not. As I say, it's not terrible. I mean,
Century Arm is $799 for the Wazer.
If you're gonna get to, you know, $600 range, you're looking at the low end. Really, it looks like, right?
600, you might get a pop maybe, but you know what I mean.
The company I'm shooting for right now, they're selling AKs for like over $2,000 right now, and they're flying out the door.
Oh yeah!
Wow, $2,000 for an AK? That's wow.
And I think I'm being conservative in my 2K number. I think it's closer to like the $2,500 mark.
It could be a normal version of the Kreb custom rifle used to be around I think it's 2.5 to 6. Now they're making this more affordable version, which doesn't mean it's garbage. It's more like, they saving, on something. And they're using a Vapor receiver, which is a thicker receiver. The barrel is heavier, so it's a better rifle as far platform. It's actually heavier than a regular one of my AKs, cheap AKs. You can feel it. But we were shooting with this one at 300 yard, 300, 400, I don't remember. The grouping was like 4 inches. So that was very tight, the group, which for an AK is pretty, impressive, you know what I mean? And me, then I don't know, I'm a bad shooter because of my feet. I got a bad fuck up finger, so I'm missing pretty much part of it. And my eyes I'm getting old. I was doing pretty good for no breathing bullshit. Like, it was like jumping, going down and doing actually the. And but when you buy an eye-hand rifle, I have a Rifle Dynamics now. I'm gonna get the Kreb custom one. You kind of see the difference. Could you justify that? Yes and no. Because now I have a cheap AK and a more expensive AK. When I'm shooting them, you can see the difference. Sure enough, if you can afford them, I understand that somebody has to buy something else. But sometimes buy a cheaper one doesn't mean you're saving money. You might be wasting money. An AK-74 from Century Arm, from a friend. The Century Arm used to be worse than now. Now it's a 545, okay? What they use on their rifle was a 5.56 Tantal barrel, the polished Tantal. So the problem is the rifle's keyholing like a maniac. Like, you can see clearly on the target too. And I end up rebarreling the rifle, which ended up costing me, another $500, $400. And you got to rebarrel, sandblast it, parkerize it, because you got to do all the process. So it's not because I know these two companies, I'm friend with them, not because I want to advertise them. I always give somebody else the third option. Like at the DBI, or there are some little shops again, which you can find on Instagram too, and they start making this rifle. They don't make 75 rifle a month, but but they make good stuff because they know what they're doing. Because believe it or not, well, you can require a little bit more skill than AR. You know what I mean? It's more rivets and stuff. In AR, can't really fuck up a lot of things. I don't think you can fuck up many things if you're using good parts and you have good basic knowledge. You know what I mean? And practice. I don't think you can fuck up really anything.
What about the guy who built an AK out of an old shovel he bought at a garage sale?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that too. Oh, I saw a AK made in Pakistan. They made in a garage. They make from they literally build like pistol and stuff from piece of metal. They're like 1911. They can make everything. It takes them a month, but.
Well, that's the thing. Honestly, people talk about gun bans and this, that, and the other, and it's like you said. The guy made a rifle out of a shovel. In Afghanistan, they're beating AKs together on the side of a mountain with rocks. In Philippines, they're taking scrap recycled metal and hand tools, and they're building 1911s. Mm-hmm. There's no such thing as a gun ban that keeps guns out of criminals' hands. It just keeps the guns out of the good guys' hands and makes the criminals more powerful. So, it's a great to talk about these firearms and how easily they actually are produced with very little technology.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a nice looking gun, Rick.
Yes, I was pulling it up to show you.
Never heard of them. It looks good. Whether it was a Mission First stock, Mission First pistol grip, probably too. Yep.
They're out of Pennsylvania, right here, about 45 minutes from my house. Great rifle.
The handgun was the SRL, maybe?
It is. That's exactly what it is. It's an SLR variant. Yep.
The gas block is weird. The gas block is weird. It looks like the IO Ink one. You know what I mean?
You guys see it when I blow it up like this? Or
yeah, we see it.
Yeah. And the silencer ready too, like the Kreb Custom. You can put a silencer on those one too, which might happen, hopefully. I don't know, one of these days. Again, you can buy a Walzer if the barrel is straight, the front trunnion is fine. If the gun is fine, as build, you know what I mean? You can upgrade your rifle by yourself. Polishing the trigger is even a monkey can do it. It's easy.
Monkey.
I mean, you can put a crab safety, polish the trigger. If you want to be put an AR stock, you buy a rifle dynamics adapter. They raise your cheek and everything, so they improve your shooting. You can buy the tip sight from Crab Custom, so you actually the radius of sights or rear sights is bigger, so you can see better. A good brake. There is shitload of company that makes brakes, air brakes. Pistol grip, you can put a hog, which is fine. I like the hog grip. I've been using forever. Stock wise, you know, again, like I said, if you want to put an AR type stock, you can buy the the rifle dynamics adapter, and you can pretty much put an AR buffer tube, a custom map, and you can put whatever stock you want.
Real quick, guys, I just want to introduce my 7-year-old son. Say hi.
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 Awesome. Hey.
Johnny, have you shot a gun before?
No.
Because you were too short, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you do if you see someone holding a gun?
Run.
No, you don't run. Okay, go away. Go say goodnight to mama. Sorry, guys. Go ahead. Continue.
So what did you train him to say that he didn't say this time?
He's supposed to say, "Stop! Don't touch," and tell an adult. That's what he's supposed to say.
Okay. Good point. Good point.
Well, in his defense, then you asked him what happens if you see someone with a gun, not if you see a gun laying around. So
You're right. Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
but we'll let him slide.
The first time I asked him, "What do you see?" Honestly, I said, "What do you do if you see a gun laying around?" And his answer was, "Step over it." So I stopped asking him that way.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I don't know. It's a little bit after 10, so we can start wrapping things up, I guess. I don't know if you guys got anything else you want to throw out. I know, Joe, you've been kind of quiet a little bit.
No, just kind of taking it all in, learning. So I don't know if any of you guys know. So I've been watching Rick's channel for a couple months now, and I'm kind of new to all this. Rick kind of wanted to have me on. I've been on a couple times just as a perspective from a new shooter's point of view. And you know, I did want to ask you about training. So I took a defensive pistol course at Buffalo shooting range in Ottawa, and that was great. That was great. And you know, I guess I'm sorry. So what is the name of your company? It was Alpha
Concepts.
Alpha Concepts. Okay. And so where are you guys located? If you could.
Oh, we're in the northern Chicago area. I work out of primarily. I've got partnerships with numerous different ranges, but primarily Maxons and Des Plaines and Article 2 and Lombard. Those are the two primary ranges that I work with.
Okay. But which one of the two let you shoot steel case?
You know, I try not to feed steel through any of my firearms, so I can't answer that question for you.
Oh, I use even on my AR. I don't care. I carry better in 10 minutes anyway. I mean, it's not a big deal. But.
So Joe, what did you tell us a little bit about that class? I'm kind of curious from something you've taken from taking that class as a beginner. What did you learn? Like, what were some things that kind of stuck out to you?
Yeah, so it was taught by a police officer who trains other officers, and so there was kind of. That's where this particular instructor was coming from, more of the law enforcement side as opposed to military. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but
well, Joe, not to interrupt you, but there's law enforcement training, military training, and civilian training, and all three are uniquely different in not only how the student learns, but also how to the law and the processes and the operating procedures that are different for each segment of the shooter, because military rule of engagement and they're primarily rifle shooters, and then there's law enforcement which are primarily pistol shooters and they have their rules of engagement, and then there's the civilian, and we're also primarily pistol shooters as well, but we have different rules of engagement. So that makes a big difference who the student is.
Well, it was definitely civilian, you know, this person was teaching civilians, but they had a law enforcement background.
Sure.
And yeah, it was great. I mean, I think it was pretty similar to most sort of defensive pistol courses. You know, start off kind of with the basics and then start to do movements, you know, forward, backward, side to side, things like that. And it was from a holster, and no, it was great. I mean, it's funny when you're new to all this and you watch a lot of, you know, YouTube videos, you watch something and you're like, oh, I can do that. And then when you actually do it for the first time, I mean, you will mess it up.
It takes
incredible.
practice.
It's incredible.
Whether you're practicing for
and then you get better.
stuff or for a competition. I mean, you see some videos of the guys who are, you know, out there doing competitions all the time, like the pro levels and stuff. And it's kind of interesting to see how smooth they can do these different actions. You know, loading their shotgun for one is like the most common one. You know, doing loading doubles or quads or whatever. You know, and I'm not an expert at this stuff, but and I'm still learning. But it's fun to kind of watch that. But it takes a lot of work to get that.
Thousands of repetitions.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, and I don't know, Blaze, if I comment on this. What about when you change up your technique? You know, you go from doing something one way, and now you found a quicker, faster method, and getting used to it. You know,
I'm pretty fast with the shotgun. I could load about 25 rounds in 2.5 seconds. Yeah, MK1919 with a mag fed shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me right there, right? Oh yeah, that was
cheater.
Yep. I know.
Well, one thing that kind of caught my attention was, you know, when in this class they wanted you to rack with kind of the overhand gross motor skills, and in competition, you know, I've read and learned that, you know, you want to do the faster way. So it's kind of like, you know, as a student, you're being taught different things for different functions.
Do you understand? Do you understand the reason why they're teaching you gross motor skills versus fine motor skills?
Yep.
Yeah, and I teach my students the same thing as we go over. You know, you want to rack the side gross motor skills because fine motor skills, you know, they go away in a high stress adrenaline situation. And you know, yeah, there's no doubt that hitting that slide lock, slide release is going to be faster than coming over the top and racking. But you might not be able to do that if your hands are sweaty, your hands are bloody, or you just, you know, you're in a fight for your life, and you want to, you know, default to what you know will work. And so, yeah, it's interesting because different competition shooter wants to split half seconds, and you know, that might not work for someone who's fighting for their life.
That is totally true. There is such a difference between competition shooting and defensive shooting. What you probably teach in your class, I would never teach in like a competition style speed.
Absolutely.
Two totally different trains of thought. You can't even compare, you know, a defensive style to some guy that's carrying around 20. You know, you don't carry a 2011 STI every single day like you would a Glock. The draw is different. The concealment's different.
And what about pieing the corner versus, you know, if you're in a competition, you're not pieing any corners. You've already lost.
Yeah. Hey, Rick, that reminds me. Not sure that there was an explicit agenda tonight, but geez, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with IDPA, but this new rule book just came out for like the 19th revision, and they're actually adding PCC to it now, which will be interesting to figure out how, you know, using cover and going around the left side of a wall as a righty, how you're going to remain undercover, or if you're going to have to switch and shoot offhand, or
I've never shot IDPA, honestly.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
I like it.
I've only done like USPSA and outlaw matches and stuff like that for pistol shooting, and of course 3 Gun Nation and 3 Gun. I don't know if you want to call them outlaw matches, I guess, you know, club streets type stuff. Don't really know much about IDPA other than I've heard people talk about vests and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have your
Always
fishing.
draw from concealment, right, Blaze?
Yeah, which is funny because if the whole idea is about, concealed carry and yada yada, I mean, who carries their pistol caliber carbine walking down the street unless it's under a trench coat? I mean, I'm not sure that's really. It's moving away from, I think, what it was based on.
Well, they do have now an IDP. I think they came out with it 2 years ago. The backup gun category, where it's for compacts and micros and things of that nature, where you're not doing trigger jobs and working the action and slicking things up. It's actually the gun that you actually would carry.
Well, they actually made it a gamer, so they started as a 5-shot, then they upped it to like a 6-shot on a revolver, and then they allowed a Glock. I'm not a Glock guy. What's the smaller Glock? The 17.
17 is the compact. The 43 is the subcompact. I think.
Right. So they allowed the 17 to be shot in bug, or I believe.
Yeah, bug.
The 19's the compact.
19.
The 19's the compact.
17 is the full frame.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm not a Glock
I
guy,
don't know
so I'm
about
sorry. I
Glocks.
probably got it wrong.
So like really, that's an everyday type carry. I don't know. A lot of guys are shooting the 19s in SSP, so I'm not really sure that it's. I think they've changed it now to be a smaller pistol to really make the compact bug stuff actual bug, like the Sig 938 or whatever, that kind of stuff. Real small pistols. Pocket.
Who's the guy from the Warrior Society on the West Coast? I can't think of his name. Mike Seeklander. Yeah, I think he won it a couple times with the
That RIA gun.
Yeah, I mean, he had a small, short barrel, 3-inch barrel gun when he was winning it. And they're quick. I mean, what are their strings of fire, like 7
5
rounds, 10 rounds with the backup gun?
Yeah, 5. And yeah, I actually bought one of those Rock Islands when it came back just to shoot that indoor nationals there, the backup gun nationals at Smith & Wess's house. And it was good. I shot that 1 year, and then that gun became illegal, so I sold it and got rid of it. But it was a decent little gun, though.
Which one was that from?
Became illegal. All my guns were lost in a tragic boating accident. Don't ask me why I fished with my guns, but they're all gone. They're lost. They're gone. I have no guns.
Mine all just live on YouTube. So, Blaze, which Rock Island was that?
It was the one with the 3-point something inch barrel. It was like the real tiny one.
It's a revolver.
No. It was a semi. It was a 1911 semi.
Oh, probably the Baby Rock or something they call it.
I don't know. Yeah, it was a tiny one. Sure. Actually, I don't have the gun anymore. I have a barrel to it because the link broke in it, and they sent me a new barrel. And
oh wow.
Yeah. But
so, by the way, too, Jose is out there mentioning we got to get more people to come out to the Range 35 2-gun. And I agree. That's something that just started up at the Range 35 here in Bolingbrook, Illinois. I'm pointing to it. You don't know what direction I'm pointing, but I'm pointing to the direction of where it's at.
No way.
It's that way.
No way.
So, yeah, they just started up with doing a 2-gun type thing. Just did a few matches this year. Of course, the new range limit open. I don't know if it's
about a year, right?
What's that?
About a year.
Yeah, it's probably coming up close to a year. I want to say
less than a year. Yeah, still.
Yeah, so, something like that. So I did talk with Pete. Actually, those who don't know, Pete Nagel, one of the owners, the managing partner for the Range 35. Yesterday I was talking with him because I was out there at the range. Laura actually was taking not really taking. She was actually at the Well Armed Woman. They have like a monthly meeting that they do, and they go. It's a bunch of ladies that get together and do like a range day type thing, and they have like seminars and different events that they do and stuff. And yesterday Pete was giving a seminar or basically a presentation, I guess is the correct way to put it. A presentation on the AR platform, which was actually pretty good. I caught part of his wording and stuff on it and everything. It was really good, put together really well. He mentioned, I said, hey, are you guys going to do a match this month? I'm guessing probably not with the holiday coming up and so forth and the time frame. And he said, no, but December they're looking at doing a 2-gun match. We don't have a date yet, but we will post it. I say once he gets the date together, I'll make sure I post it up on the BigGunner81 Facebook page. It'll also, I'm sure, be on the Range 35's Facebook page as well. So we'll try to get the word out on that and also talk about it when the dates come up on the show here. Because it's something kind of cool to have, especially in this area, especially in wintertime when, people want to be freezing their butt off. Some people do, some people don't, but it gives you an option. gives you an indoor option to go with the inclement weather to actually shoot a competition.
Rick, is the two gun? I'm assuming it's rifle pistol.
Yes, correct. Probably because the shotgun, realistically, I mean, you're only be able to shoot slugs. They're not going to let you do birdshot inside the indoor range.
Yeah, anytime I've tried to shoot birdshot in an indoor range, I usually hit the hanger, and the range isn't usually too happy about that. They'll charge you a few bucks.
And all that stuff, the little pellets or little BBs, they're going to probably get in the tracks, I imagine, too, if nothing else, you know?
Well, the old Maxons, the old one years ago in Des Plaines, they didn't care, and so I got my FN SLP, and I went in there and I was trying different birdshot, steel, lead, different weights, and yeah, I probably went through about 15 hangers in one session.
Nice. I'm just looking something up. Tommy Pizzo actually, Pizzolato. I don't know if it's his whole name or whatever, but he said, "Yeah, check this out. I posted something. I'm gonna check it out and see what it is." But oh, awesome! It's a home-built gun. Looks like Mystery Guns and Gear. They posted some of these pictures. Wow. I'll try to do a screen share if I can.
About deep guns, but that's another story.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's something different.
The Liberator or something like that.
You guys see this?
Ah, the Peshmerga, whatever, the 50 caliber sniper thing. Yeah.
That looks like a Home Depot gun.
Yeah. Well, it works, you know.
It's interesting though.
Yeah, my next build is going to be one of those demilled Polish PPS 43s in 9mm.
Huh. That's a nice. Yep.
I imagine though that the first time you pull a trigger on one of those things that's home built, like that home built, you're probably cringing, hoping that
you tie it to a tree and you pull the trigger with a rope, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how I know.
That's true. I have seen some people doing that. There's a kid on YouTube. I don't remember what his channel name is. Oh, I think it's Royal Nunsuch or something.
Yep.
I saw some of his videos, and I'm like, oh my god, this kid is crazy.
Well, that's the Matt 2099 or something. Matt V.
Yeah, right. I've seen his channel also.
That's the other guy that test with a Glock. He put the marshmallows in a Glock or ice cream.
Twinkies too. He did that with the AK with Twinkies, I think.
Yeah, he put glue and then he put whatever. He put fucking some glue too. He got super glue and on an AK. Was it an AK or a Glock?
I don't know. I've seen all types of crazy stuff like that.
Good.
I've always wanted to do the cooking bacon on a barrel type thing too.
I've seen that too. Yeah.
That was easy. The rest of the
Full
stuff.
auto barrels, they'll cook bacon real easy.
Yeah. But
so anyhow, we'll go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. Thank you guys for all joining us tonight, and everyone out there watching as well. All you guys in gun channels, which oh wow, we had some other comments we missed out on. Let's see what he says real quick here. Walking on the street, please. Neighbors, seeing several neighbors, guys walking on the street, rifle shooting or hunting. No mention of the Walmart walk. I don't know. A whole bunch of stuff they're writing, but yes. Oh, I asked Tommy. I did pronounce your name apparently correctly. Sorry, I got it right. I guess. He was mentioning about his last name, but yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you again all for watching, and we'll wrap it up for tonight. Till next week. Have fun shooting, and I guess I didn't ask you guys ready. If you have anything else you want to throw out, please. Do you want anything else you guys say?
I'm good. I'm good. I will be making an appearance here in the next few weeks on some custom 2011 pistols that are being built out here by a guy at Warwick Tactical. I sent some pictures over to Rick.
Yep.
There's
good stuff. That's why I wanted to bring that up too.
And endless custom options. There's a 2011 double stack, 940/45. There's also going to be single stack pistols. Best part is the lead time will be like 30-60 days to get a custom gun.
That's nice.
Versus 4, 5, 6 months at a minimum. So it should be good. Stay tuned for that. It'll be a good time.
Good deal. Yeah, and also stay tuned for the 50 States of AR-15 project. We're going to have different videos popping up here and there. Probably going to be seeing a little bit of a lull on some of the videos right now because we're headed into not only the holiday season, but also SHOT Show is coming up pretty fast. I mean, we're talking about like, what, about 2 months roughly away, I think, you know, and so that's going to be a lot of planning and so forth right there. So stay with us. We will probably start seeing videos popping out right around the time of SHOT Show and after SHOT Show. Plan on doing some interviews there as well, some of the companies that are involved in the project, and of course also getting some good footage from hopefully from the range day and just from the show in general. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully I'll see a lot of you guys all out there as well. So yeah, wrap it up. So until next time and next week, be safe and have fun shooting.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.